Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today we're flying the OH-6, my favorite helicopter in DCS World. Today we're going to have a video camera strapped to the front of our helicopter, and it is our job to film a rally stage here around Port Stanley. We're going to take off and proceed to the start line where we're going to film a Lancia Delta Integrale. We are going to film this vehicle, following it at high speed all of the way along this rally stage which we have today on the Falkland Islands, and it's going to follow around the perimeter of the Port Stanley Airport and then terminate at a building site here on the north side of the airfield. We're going to try and get some of the best shots that we possibly can, and this is going to be fairly reminiscent and similar to the challenges facing real-world helicopter pilots. Of course, filming rally cars and race cars in real life, which is extremely challenging for the helicopter pilot because you do have to maintain high speed, fly aggressively at low level whilst maintaining, of course, the target. The car that you're following at high speed, which is not easy at all. So without further ado, sit back and enjoy this high-paced action. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Left side click, aft side click, a little bit left pedal. Just start increasing the collective slightly. Just start feeling what the helicopter wants to do. Lift it off the ground. Here we go. Little hover torque check. Just there. A little bit bouncy. A little bit bouncy. Let's just keep it there. There we go. Nice. Okay, here we go. RAF C-130 Hercules passing overhead. Doing some low passes. We'll trim the helicopter out with my force trim. And I'm using FFBeast, of course, my beloved force feedback joystick base, and I am using some curves in the helicopter because you can't really fly it otherwise, because my stick extension is so short. By the way, this is the finish line for the rally cars. That's where the course ends, but we'll proceed now to the start line. And of course, yeah, because the real helicopter has such a long cyclic extension compared to what I'm using, of course, with my joystick, I'm forced to use curves. But unfortunately, that means that then the trim becomes non-linear as I trim. So I use a special effect called hardware trim in the FFBeast software, which gives me a one-to-one trim, effectively like you would in a real thing. And of course, the OH-6 uses a sort of airplane trim here, where I'm using the hat to trim, and it's absolutely amazing. Love it. Right, so we're slowing down here for the start line with the Lancia lined up, as you can tell. And look at all these cool cars. We've got an Audi Quattro, and this is all thanks to Mr. 8-Ball. Without him, DCS just wouldn't be quite as alive. I mean, look at all these incredible assets that he's done. It's just absolutely awesome. Right, here we go. Let's go. Yeehaw! Right. Will that Lancia start moving here? And it's pretty quick, so we're gonna have to increase speed quickly here as well. Right next to us. And yeah, this is cool. That's a cool shot right there. So it's actually, although this is all fun and games, it's actually very challenging to try and keep up with this car smoothly and precisely, which I'm not doing right now, by the way. And also take into account how it's going to go, where it's going to go, and basically, you know, give us a sort of realistic, cool, you know, awesome filming experience for the viewer. You know, because I guess that's what they have to deal with in real life when they're filming these cars. And you know, the helicopter pilots are absolutely crazy, as you know, when they fly these rally things. And it's absolutely awesome to watch. I'm sure he's got pace note reader because he is making this left-hander. He's probably shouting there. Tire to your right, 50 left, over the crest, 1 right, tightens. They're always Irish and not Irish, so I think my impersonation must be relatively accurate. Now, as we're going to cut across to the other side of the Lancia here, yeah, it goes around the outside perimeter of the fence. We just need to make sure it's right here. We don't crash into anything as well. Goes going to make a hard right, hard left, and we need to try and keep the speed up, keep the speed up, keep the speed up. Come on, come on, come on. This is actually quite challenging. Come on, we should get a good shot here. Yes, hopefully we'll catch up with him here as he approaches the Mi-26. The UN Mi-26 doing a mission here. Yeah, here we go. This is so sick, just seeing the shadow of the OH-6 next to the car there. Right. Got some spectators here. And we'll try and cut across here as well. Oh, we slowed down a little bit in the turn. Slow down a little bit in the turn. Let's see if we can just do a quick zigzag for him to not catch up, but rather accelerate. And we'll try and get a cool shot of him here. Just trim it back a little bit. He should pass on the left-hand side. There he is. That's a cool shot. Right, let's see if we can get another cool shot. Super low level, past the VOR station. Yeah, look at that. Yeehaw! He's just getting away a little bit. And he is now approaching the finish line. Yeah. So sick. So much fun. Yeah, I'm very entertained by this, if you can't tell already. I mean, I absolutely love this kind of flying. It's just so cool. And here we are. This is the finish line, as we do a little bit of a... actually, I don't know what you call this maneuver, a vortex? Somebody can comment down below. Just do a little bit of extra filming here. Yeah, how cool is this? How freaking cool is this? Love it. Yeah, this is sick. Anyway, that's it. That is the end of the rally course. And for any Patreon supporters, feel free to download the mission. And I'm thinking of doing a couple of these. Let me know, comment down below what you think. If you, in fact, you know what? Doesn't matter. I'm just going to do it anyway because it's so much fun. It's just way too much fun. So I think I'm going to do a night stage rally as well, a different place, and maybe one in some crap weather. That would look pretty cool as well. I think this map, by the way, the South Atlantic map, this has just been made for this kind of stuff, like all these oddball things. Now, I had a lot of bad things to say about the South Atlantic map in my previous videos, and I have to say they've improved it massively. I know I've not had a chance or any time to do a little overview of the improvements that they've made since the last update, but I can tell you actually it is a huge improvement. It's still not my favorite map, and it still leaves a lot to be desired when you're flying fighter jets low level, but flying helicopters low level, you know, sort of grass, treetop, bush level, it's very fun, and they've improved it massively on the mainland and the Falkland Islands. It really does look actually very, very decent, to say the least, I think. Right, let's just concentrate. Okay, that wasn't the nicest touchdown, but whatever. Also, we're off the center line. Jesus. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I say, I'll do a little overview of the South Atlantic map at some point. I think it's a big improvement overall. It's not really for me still. I believe the South Atlantic map should have been really based on the Falklands conflict with, you know, full fidelity Sea Harrier and all that jazz, which we don't have, of course. So I don't really understand why they did it. But I can tell you that in terms of all the little airfields, all the little kind of stuff that you can do with oddball flying, GA stuff, helicopter flying, it's really cool. There's a lot of variety stuff here on the mainland as well, and they have made a huge improvement to the vegetation, the way trees are spread out, mountains and stuff. It just doesn't look quite as rigid and as unrealistic as it did. So there is a lot of improvements, to be fair. It's still not my favorite map, but like I say, it's a huge improvement, very good for oddball flying, very good for helicopter low-level flying, and I'll probably do a video about it at some point. So, with that said, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Please comment down below, let me know what other missions you'd like me to do, especially with the OH-6, and hopefully I shall catch you in the next one. Adios!